Salut Yetan et bienvenue au cas aujourd'hui. Right, everyone, today we're starting Module 5. Now, to be honest, I really didn't want to start Module 5 on lockdown, but there's no point in sort of holding off and not doing something. We are where we are. We have to make the most of it. These video lessons will help you, and we have done Module 5 before. So remember, anything we do over video, we will do a revision session when you're back at school. When you're back at school for French, I know the plan at the moment, but when you're back to a full timetable, we'll make sure you're ready. But if you work hard on these video lessons, there's no reason why you shouldn't get an exceptional grade for GCSE. It's all about your work. So Module 5, it is a nice one to do before summer because it's talking about summer holidays, travel, going on holidays, which obviously at the moment is a lot trickier. But guys, holidays will come back again, and all of this language will be really helpful. What I love about this module is we do revise like a bit of the Year 9 French that we did. We talk about where you go and what you do, ideal holidays, all that sort of thing. But it's got like a real French section to get you ready for the role play and to practice your skills for speaking as you're into year 11 or going into year 11. But I love this bit because this is real, genuine French you need to use. Have a look at the list down here of what we study, right? Order a room in a hotel. I remember going to France, going up to a hotel desk and having to do that when I was like 16. And because of my GCSE, I could do it. Ordering food in a restaurant, the same thing. Buying a train ticket in France, the same thing. You will need to do all of these things when you go to France. And when you're older, you have to go to France. Remember, France is closer to you from where we live than Manchester. Go to France, do these things, experience the culture in the country. And after this module, you'll hopefully you'll be a bit inspired to go and you'll be like, I'd love to visit that place. But also you'll have the skills to go and do it and really use your French, which is what we want to do. Yes, we want to get you an excellent grade in year 11, and we will, but we want you to be confident to have this skillful life. So when you're 40, 50, even 60, you'll be able to go to France and use the French we learned today. So that's what it's all about. It's a really good module. Today we're going to do and focus on revision from year 9. We're going to do some proper revision using the present tense and talking about just general regular holidays where we usually go. Je vais continuer en français. Alors mes petits, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire pour la première chose. Donc ici on a la date. Il faut inventer la date pour moi. S'il vous plaît, copiez le titre dans vos cahiers bleus et c'est un peu de révision de Year 9. Donc, comment dit-on? Where? For how long? What's it like? Comment dire toutes les choses ici en français pour vous aider? Je vous ai donné la première lettre. Voilà. Donc, mettez Mr. Ennis sur pause. Essayez de traduire les phrases et n'oubliez pas de copier la date et copier le titre pour moi. On y va. Hello, mes petits. Right, guys, if you hear me again, you are all ready with your books. So let me very quickly explain what we're doing. Today, we're revising the holiday module from year 9, pretty much all of it. We're going to look at the present tense today, say what you usually do on holiday, and the most important thing, we're using questions and answers. Understanding questions, right, is absolutely crucial for you guys because your entire speaking exam will be in French. Every question I ask you, if you don't understand what I'm asking, you're not going to be able to answer. So we're going to go through how to understand questions, how to give top level answers. That's what it's all about today, and that is what our control de post-it touches on. So on commence. Where, c'est où. You need to know this. Où without the accent here means or, with it it means where. Alors, for how long, you say for how much of time? Pour combien de temps? So pour combien de temps passes-tu les vacances? How long do you go on holiday for? What's it like? It's just two ways to say it. C'est comment, which literally means it is how. So if you're in your speaking exam and you start talking about your holiday, and I'll say, instead of what's your opinion, I'll say, oh, c'est comment la France, c'est comment Marseille, c'est comment Nice, and you'll need to go and explain it and describe it, and you can use module 4 for that. Alors, numéro 4. I would like to go, we'll come to this talking about our ideal holidays soon. I would like to go, je voudrais aller. That'd be a nice thing to add. You could talk about your normal holidays and say what you usually do, something rubbish. You go to Swansea in South Wales. You could say, je voudrais aller aux États-Unis pour aller au Disneyland avec mes familles. Mais malheureusement, je dois aller à Swansea or whatever. So you need to make sure you're using this and developing your ideas. Now, even though we're onto a brand new GCSE module. 5 and 6 are classics. We learnt these in module 2, but remember, these are key recyclable phrases that the examiner loves, that gives more detail and development, and you can use them in any context. So when you're talking about holidays and you're talking about where you go and what you do, you can use this. J'adore aller à la plage parce que it's a way of relaxing. C'est un moyen de relaxer, c'est un moyen de reposer, c'est un moyen de oublier les soucis, etc. And then that lets me, again, this is a synonym for number 5, that lets me unwind, that lets me think about things. C'est, cela me permet de. Literally, this me permits to. So that lets me relax, that lets me think about my life. Alors, probably best not to do about that. Alors donc, these are our key phrases for today. I'm going to be visiting them, revisiting them. We're also going to be testing you on year 9, which is why the first activity is a bit tougher. Alors mes petits, now it's a screen grab, like a print screen, so it will be hard to fill in, but you don't have to write the answers down, just make sure you can complete it. Alors, je vais expliquer l'activité en français. Alors, parce que vous avez déjà fait le vocabulaire aujourd'hui, pour trouver la paire aujourd'hui, j'ai changé ça un peu et le français n'est pas complète. Il faut compléter les phrases en remplissant les lettres qui manquent. Puis, il faut trouver la paire entre le français dans la boîte bleue et l'anglais dans la boîte orange. Par exemple, le va, ça veut dire d'habitude pour les vacances, qui veut dire en anglais usually for the holidays. Voilà, donc compléter la phrase et trouver la paire. Je vous donne 3 minutes pour faire ça. On your portable, un minuteur pour 3 minutes pour moi. Vous avez un défi additionnel ici. Comment dire? We love going here because it's a chance to relax. En français. Attention, think about our present tense. Think about what you need to do, what happens to our verb. Alors, 3 minutes mes petits. Put me on pause now for 3 minutes. When you think you're ready for the answer, restart the video. Bon courage mes petits. 3, 2, 1. On y va, allez. Alors mes petits, if you're listening to me now then, you've had the best crack you can at this and you want the answers. Let's go through it. Today, this was a lot tougher than a simple trouver la paire. Donc, j'ai mis les notes différentes que j'accepterai. 6 ou plus, ça va. 8 ou plus, très bien. 11 ou plus, ce sera formidable. I expect a lot of you to be getting 11, guys, but this was a lot trickier. So, let's go through it. I did the first one for you. C'est facile, hein? D'habitude, pour les vacances, usually for our holidays. Alors, numéro 2, je vais aux États-Unis veut dire je vais aux États-Unis, qui veut dire en anglais I go to the USA. So they call the USA the States United, the United States in French. You get that? Alors, numéro 3, nous allons en Allemagne, qui veut dire des. We go to Germany. Allemagne is Germany. Allemande is the language. People always get them confused. Nous allons en Allemagne means we go to Germany. Numéro 4, je veux en avion. Ça veut dire je voyage en avion, qui veut dire en anglais I go by plane, I travel by plane. Remember, je voyage. Think if you're going on a voyage, it's an old word for traveling. And then avion is how you say an aeroplane. There's loads of words that start with this AV for like to do with flight, like an aviary, is it called? An aviary is where you keep birds or whatever. So you will see this word, an avion is an aeroplane. You've got to know that. Alors, numéro 5. Nous voguons en voiture. Nous voyageons en voiture veut dire j'ai. We go by car. Remember, the word car is a faux ami. It means coach. Voiture is how you say car. Numéro 6. Ma famille dans un cas. Ma famille loge dans un camping, qui veut dire my family stays in a campsite. So un camping is a campsite. They're really popular in France, like the whole of north of France. I used to go there when I was a little kid. I didn't have any money. We went to campsites all the time. They're really, really like massive in France. You've got tents, you've got like gîtes, and you've got like little houses and stuff that people have, and like a shared pool. It's actually quite nice. Alors donc, ma famille loge dans un camping, c'est F. Numéro 7, je pars en vacances avec means I go on holiday with. This par comes from the infinitive partir, which is our verb to leave or to go somewhere. So you'll see this. partir, which this is not going well today. Partir is the verb to go or leave, which if you think about Old English, you can say parting, to leave someone, yeah? Parting is such sweet sorrow. What's the rest of that guy? That's Romeo and Juliet. See how cultured I am. Voilà, donc partir is the verb to leave. Alors, numéro 8, je, a, I, car. C'est j'aime aller ici car. I like going here because, remember, always give your opinion, saying you're speaking and you're writing. So tell me where you usually go, how you get there, and then tell me your opinion. Then, numéro 9, on commence avec les activités. On peut faire des sports nautiques. Voilà, so today, we're not just saying where we're going and how we travel, we're saying what we're doing. And this key phrase, on peut, means one can. It comes from our verb. What's the verb to be able to or to can? Pouvoir. And how does it change? It's the Jingle Bells verb. Et voilà, that's what you need to know. Always followed by an infinitive. And then numéro 10 et numéro 11, we talked about this at the start. These key phrases we learned in module 2. We're now in module 5, and you can use them to talk about holidays. They're key for every question you can get. Numéro 10 veut dire c'est une occasion de bronzer, qui veut dire it's a chance to tan. So in English we say we go brown, whereas in France they say we go bronze when you tan. Bronzer is the verb to tan. If you think about it, girls, you put on, maybe some boys now put on bronzer, which like makes you look browner. Voilà, if more tans. Et numéro 11, cela me peut te reposer, ça veut dire cela me permet de reposer, which means that helps me relax. Voilà, right guys, so bon effort ici. I'm sure you got loads of these. Any 6 or more you've done well, 11 would be perfect. Did you go into our extra challenge? This should say, we love going here because it's a chance to relax. So this is I like going here, and then this is a chance to tan. So just use this to help you out. Nous adorons aller ici parce que c'est une occasion de reposer. That's a nice answer. If I said, why do you like going here? Then I want an example. Par exemple, pour reposer, j'aime bronzer à la plage. Je peux écouter les vagues, etc. That would be an ideal answer. Right, guys? So this is your key vocab for today. You can use this to help you for our next activity, which is slightly tougher. Regardez. Alors, maintenant, c'est les questions et les réponses. Donc, dans la boîte bleue, aujourd'hui, vous avez les questions. Dans la boîte orange, vous avez les réponses. Il faut trouver la paire entre les questions et les réponses. Attention, les mots de questions sont importants aujourd'hui. Par exemple, numéro 1, où vas-tu en vacances normalement veut dire where do you normally go on holidays? It's got to say a place. Donc, cherchez ici pour un endroit. Alors donc, ça c'est le premier partie. Deuxième partie, c'est ici. Cherchez dans le texte pour les mots clés. Et extra challenge, you'll have to invent a bit here. You'll have to be inventive and like use the French you've got to see if you can do this. Here's our traffic light system. Let's get rid of that. 3 is too easy for you legends. I want a minimum of 6 today in both activities, yeah? 10 or more is what we're really looking for. Alors, bon courage tout le monde. Put me on pause. Give yourself 4 minutes for this and then we'll go through the answers. 4 minutes, mes petits. On y va. Alors, mes petits, et donc les réponses. So, remember, our cible aujourd'hui était 6. 6 or more for both activities will be a really strong place to be. Harder today, no highlighting, so we'll go through the answers and also show you like my tactics and techniques and how to work things out. Alors donc, on commence avec question 1. Où vas-tu en vacances normalement? Donc, les deux mots-clés sont où, qui veut dire where en anglais, et normalement. Donc, il doit être un endroit et je cherche quelque chose de similaire à normalement. Et c'est ici d'habitude. C'est normalement, normally. D'habitude, usually. Je passe les vacances en Italie. Parfait. Voilà. Alors, la deuxième ici. Comment voyages-tu d'habitude? Donc, I'm looking for how do you travel? I need to look for a mode of transport. Et c'est je voyage en avion. Je n'aime pas ça. J'ai toujours peur. There's some really nice vocabulary in here. Let's go back to this one. Passe comes from the verb passer, which is to spend time. down here, this is the answer. So how do you travel? I travel by plane. Simple. But I love this next bit. Je n'aime pas ça. Now remember, this word ça means this, that, or it. And it's just so useful to be able to say like it, this, or that. Donc ça la m'intéresse pas, etc. And it says here, j'ai toujours peur, which I think is one of our extra challenge phrases. It's how you say I'm always afraid. You can use this. Remember, it's always about developing your answers. So if you say I have to get the plane, what's your version of the plane? Some people love going on airplanes. I absolutely hate it. I'm always certain I'm going to die. So this is a good way to just add some detail to what you've got. And a lovely phrase. J'ai peur means I'm afraid. You literally say I have fear. Alors, numéro 3. Où loges-tu? Alors, le verbe, c'est loger ici, is où again. So where do you lodge? It's like saying where do you stay. La réponse, c'est j'ai. Nous restons dans un gîte, dans un petit village. Now, what I've done here is exactly what the exam does. I've got a synonym. Loger is the verb to stay somewhere. Think about your lodging. So if you're in the army, rester is the verb to stay as well. You can use both of them. Je loge, je reste. I've used the synonym. This is exactly what the exam board does. Un gîte is like a holiday home. Yeah, like when you say gîte, I think of like a little wood cabin, but it doesn't have to be like that. It just means a holiday home in a small town. Numéro 4. Tu y passes combien de temps? We had this for our post-it note star. Combien de temps means how much of time. Is passer a verb again. So you here spend how long? How long do you spend there? Look for a time phrase. Voilà, c'est ici. C'est on passe 2 semaines ici. J'aimerais rester pour plus de temps. Beautiful little extension there. Alors, numéro 5. Avec qui vas-tu en vacances? Encore une fois, c'est le mot de question qui est important ici. Avec qui veut dire who with, or literally with who go you on holiday. So looking for another person. Who'd you go with? Voilà, c'est B. J'y vais avec toute ma famille. Évidemment, c'est stressant. You see, that's the answer. And here I've just added on that little bit of extra detail to show the examiner my confidence and just to develop your French a bit. Évidemment means obviously. Obviously, it's stressful, really stressful going on a holiday with your family. Alors, especially my family. Two left. Alors, numéro 6. C'est comment literally means it is how. It's how in French you say how is it. C'est comment. Alors, c'est une opinion. En tout, c'est assez ennuyeux, mais il fait toujours beau. So, en tout is like saying, whoops, all in all, or like all together. It's quite boring, but it's always nice weather. Lovely detail here, 2 opinions. And then in the speaking exam, I say, well, why is it boring? Pourquoi penses-tu que les vacances sont ennuyeux? And you can say, je suis avec ma famille et donc nous devons visiter les musées. Ma mère adore l'histoire, mais moi, je préfère aller à la plage. Je veux passer mes vacances avec mes amis, etc. That's how to get the top marks. So always develop. Otherwise, I'll ask you a question to make you build on what you've said. Et finalement, c'est facile. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire ici? Means what do you have to do here? Et c'est d'accord avec F. J'aime aller à la plage car on peut faire des sports nautiques. Et voilà mes petits, les réponses pour la deuxième partie. Alors, where, c'est où, how much time, combien de temps, what can one do, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire. Here's our extra challenge. I thought it was going to come at the end. So we go to the countryside. Nous allons à la campagne en France. We learned this before in module 4. I'm always afraid. We've talked about it. J'ai toujours peur. We spend time. On passe or nous passons. One can do. On peut faire. And then one can sunbathe at the beach. So on peut bronzer à la plage. Boom. See that? So that is what it's all about. Guys, a really good start for holidays here. We're revising year 9, but the big thing we're focusing on is question words. Remember, your exam paper's in French. The speaking exam, there's not a single word of it in English. Every question I ask you will be in French. So you've got to know these question verbs, words inside out, back to front, qui est ce qu'on a maintenant. Et voilà, regardez, here's all our question words for today. How would you know them all? On verra. So let's have a quick revision. We've got some grammar to look at today. Now, these grammar points might seem small, but they're so important. First off, can I name all the question words? They're going to come up in your exam, and if you don't know them, you've automatically lost the mark. So we need to make sure and do some practice of all our question words. Can you ask a question? Not only can you understand them, but when you go to French, you need to ask people things. Where is this? I'm looking for this. Like, how do I get the bus to here? Like, so asking questions is so important for your language. We're also going to look at a really tricky piece of French, a really annoying piece of French, how to say in or to a country. Now, if we were in BB9 right now, it's stuck up on the wall. I can see it now by the windows on the pillar, but you're not there. So you need to learn this off by heart. We'll talk about our extra challenge too. Mes enfants, the first step today then is knowing our question words. So, no preparation for this. On a 27 secondes seulement, mes petits. Je vais dire toi de en aller et il faut dire anglais, français, anglais rapidement. Les mots ici vont disparaître. You better know your question word. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, allez! Alors, environ 10 secondes. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, did you get to the end? You've got to know these question words. If you don't, like if you didn't get to the end, go back a minute and then the slide will start again, and then make sure you're ready, restart, do this until you've mastered this. You've got to know our question words. Alors, if you did get to the end then, you're ready for this one. Again, no preparation, 27 seconds. Anglais, français, anglais, français. Let me show you how easy it is. What, qu'est-ce que, ouais, pourquoi, how many, combien de, where, où, what do you do, qu'est-ce que tu fais? See that? Easy, 27 seconds. 3, 2, 1, allez! Alors, environ 10. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Encore une fois. If you didn't get to the end, you need to practice this again. 50 seconds, go back on the video and you can start this slide again. You've got to know these question words, year 10. Alors, right, first one ticked off. We can name all the question words. If you can't do that, if you just absolutely flopped on those last two activities, make sure you go back and practice them. That is the absolutely essential today. Let's look a bit more about questions. Et voilà, so there's 3 ways to form a question, 3 things you need to do. I will do all 3 of these in your exam. The first one, you need to go up with your voice. This is the easiest way to do it. So if I said, Shimon, you want a crisp, that's a statement. You want a crisp. But if I said, Shimon, you want a crisp? See, I've instantly said exactly the same thing, but I've just changed it into a question. So all you need to do is go up at the end of the sentence to make a question. The second way I absolutely love, because it's just a funny French way to do something. They've got this word that means, is it that? And you say, is it that? And then you just say a normal sentence and you put it into a question. Is it that you like sweets? Is it that you hate shopping? Est-ce que is how you say, is it that? Practice this. Make sure you say it properly. Est-ce que? Est-ce que? Voilà. Is it that? All you need to do is put that in front of a sentence to make it into a question. So here I've got a statement or a fact. Here I've added est-ce que, and it's just changed into a question. Mr. Ennis est grand. There's my fact. Est-ce que Mr. Ennis est grand? Is it that Mr. Ennis is tall? If you don't think I am, say no. Can't hear anything. Alors, finalement, the final way is the hardest way. It's called inversion, right? So in English, we say do you like, do you hate, do you want, do you think. In French, they don't do that. They say want you, like you, think you. And that's all you need to do to make a question. So all you need to do is swap over the person and the verb. So tu aimes le foot means you like football. Aimes-tu le foot means like you football. See what I've done? Just swap it over. That's all you need to do. Mes petits, you were doing really well. Yeah, first 2 down. We now have tested you on your question words. Pretty happy with that. We know the 3 ways to form a question. Can you name them now? If you can't, go back, a minute and watch that slide again. You need to know all 3 ways. Not only will you be answering questions in the speaking exam, but to get the top marks, you need to hit me back with a question. What do you think? Where do you go on holiday? I'll answer really short, but it will give the examiner the idea that you're confident, that you can hold a conversation. So this is absolutely crucial. Make sure you know steps 1 and 2. If you don't, just rewind the video and watch it again. Step 3 then, this is something that people get wrong all the time. There's loads of rules in French when you want to say in or to. Let's have a look. Et voilà. So this is a minefield in French, and people say, oh, why is it so complicated? I don't know, but these are the rules you need to know. To say to or in a place, this is what to do. So first off, it depends on where you're going and what you're doing. So, the verb or the word, to the is, you get the word to, which is a, and then the word the, which is where it all goes wrong. Le, la, le, and le, and this is what you get. So to say to the, a plus le changes to o, a plus la is a la, a plus le is a le, and then a plus le is o. So you want to say you go to the town centre, you say j'habite au centre-ville, because it's a plus le equals o. A la stays the same, that one's nice. Le bord de la mer is le. So it's masculine, so it's a plus le, which equals o. J'habite au bord de la mer. And then des forêts, their plural, a plus la, changes to o. And that's what you need to know. Another thing, for countries, you don't say à la France, you need to say en. So for feminine countries, which most countries are feminine, guys, you say en France, en Espagne, en Allemagne, en Italie, en Écosse, en Irlande. Right, guys, so we've been through all the grammar. Very quickly, let's look at our extra challenge. Alors, mes petits, right, all of this is revision. Have a little look at these questions at the bottom. Look at the things in yellow, put me on pause, and then see if you can answer them. Yeah, right, guys, let's get back to it. This is so simple. So you know this from before. What change when we talk about others? The ending changes. That's why we've got the es here, and then we've got the e here at ending changes. Do you remember doing that in year 7 with me? What do they follow? Year 7, they follow a pattern. Now, I'm mocking you for your stupidity, but the present tense is something that people forget, because we do it loads in like year 7, but then we do so many other like more complex tenses that people just forget how this works. They follow a pattern. The verb changes to follow that pattern. So it goes e for je, es for tu, ons for nu. You've got to know this. Now, not all verbs follow this pattern. When I was in school, 90% of my French lessons were just sitting there memorizing verbs. We've got loads of what's called irregular verbs. They don't follow the pattern. They change completely. Verbs like aller, which is aller, but then I go doesn't look anything like aller. It's je vais, tu vas, il est, l'on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont. See that? It's my education coming. Same with faire, fait, faisons, fait, font. You need to know these irregular verbs. You need to know how they change, which is what will separate you and stop you getting a 7, 8 or a 9. If you can't change the verbs, if you can't show knowledge of a verb inside out, you're going to really struggle to get a good grade at GCSE. But they're easy. You just have to learn them. You don't have to be clever. You just have to spend the time learning them. Look at number 7 then. How come this is different? Why is it on peut faire? Because it's 2 verbs together. After, when you use one verb, if you need another verb, the second's always in the infinitive in the present. Right, hopefully you know this. Let's have a look. Et voilà, right guys, so this is everything you need to know for our present tense. If you're not sure about this, you're a bit worried about it, there is a video on YouTube that explains it all. Now that video is for A level, because year 12 really need to spend some time. This pattern you see in front of you, all highlighted, this is what they have to learn. Because all verbs are ER, IR, RE. So they need to learn the pattern for it, and then they need to learn irregulars. Here's 2, there's many more. So do you remember what we do? I've taught you this before. For all our verbs, for this bit here, the infinitive ending, ER, IR, RE, in the present tense, we take this little karate man and we go, wah, and we chop it off. Do you remember doing that in year 7? But you remember going, wah, but you have no idea why you were doing it. There you go. So you chop it off and then you follow the pattern. So if it's an ER verb, like danser, I need to follow the steps, get rid of that. Is I, should be I dance surely, is I dance, so it is je Danse with an E on the end, and there I've got the answer. Same thing with regarder. I need to chop off the ER. Je regarde, just put an E on the end. Easy. Finish is an IR verb, so it follows a different pattern. So get rid of the IR, and then I go je finis with the IS on the end. Easy. Look at this. Check this out. Okay, that would have been good. There we go. Voila. So what about here? Attendre, and then we listen, and then we finish. See if you can translate 4, 5, and 6 for me. Follow these patterns carefully. On y va. Alors, let's go through the answers then. This is an RE verb, so it follows this pattern here. So, chop off the RE. And this is the bit of the verb we need. Then, I is je. We say attends. And then what's that ending for the RE verb pattern? An S. J'attends with an S on the end. See what I've done? This is just what you need to learn. We listen is an ER verb. Écouter. So get rid of the ER. I've got écoute. And then we is nu. Écoute onze. Voila. And then we finish. If finir is to finish, I get rid of the IR and I've got FIN. We is nu. Fin. And then I add ils sont. Voilà, nous finissons is we finish. And that is the present tense. If you want to know more about this, if you're confused by this, you need to go on the present tense video. It's for A level, but there's nothing you can't handle. If you want to get good, you learn this pattern and you learn the irregular verbs because they're so useful and so handy. This is our extra challenge for today, guys. Et voilà, right, you've listened really well. We're today saying what we normally do on holiday. We're using questions and answers. We looked at the questions. We looked at how to ask them. We've looked at talking about some holiday vocab. We talked about the present tense. Let's put it all together. We have some brand new Module 5 language to learn, everyone. Alors donc, maintenant, il faut écouter moi et il faut répéter après moi, mes petits. Remember, remind people in your house to do this. You might want to whisper while doing this to avoid embarrassment. Alors donc, maintenant, s'il vous plaît, écoutez-moi et répétez après moi, mes petits. Et voilà, we'll always start with the key question. So our first one is, where'd you go on holiday? Après moi, où vas-tu? Où vas-tu? En vacances. En vacances. Où vas-tu en vacances? Où vas-tu en vacances? D'habitude. D'habitude. Normalement, maman. Normalement, maman. Chaque année. Chaque année. Pour les vacances. Pour les vacances. Je vais. Nous allons. Je pars. Je pars. Je pars. I remember this en is for feminine. En France. En France. En Allemagne. En Italie. En Italie. En Royaume-Uni. En Royaume-Uni. So they say Grand Bretagne for Great Britain as well, but this is another one they call us. It's more unusual, but you might see it. Royaume-Uni, literally the Royal Union, because we've got a queen in it. Alors, en Royaume-Uni, au Brésil, au Brésil, au Brésil, aux États-Unis, en Espagne, en Turquie, en Irlande, this one's for an S, en Algérie, en Algérie, en Grèce, au Canada, au Canada. Où vas-tu en vacances? D'habitude, normalement, chaque année. Pour les vacances, je vais en France, en France, en Allemagne, en Espagne. We don't need to go through all of those again. Au bord de la mer. Au bord de la mer. À la campagne. À la campagne. À la montagne. À la montagne. À la campagne. À la montagne. À la campagne. À la montagne. Au centre-ville. Au centre-ville. Avec qui vas-tu en vacances? Avec qui vas-tu en vacances? D'habitude, normalement, chaque année, so this little Y is an E sound and it means there. You say I, there, go, with. It's a piece of A-level French. If you want to know what it means and how it works, you'll have to opt for A-level because it's too complex for now. But except, no, it means there or here. J'y vais avec. J'y vais avec. J'y pars avec. J'y vais avec, j'y pars avec, j'y vais avec, j'y pars avec. Ma famille, mes amis, la famille de mon ami, la famille de mon ami. Tu seul. Tu seul. Alors, comment voyages-tu? Comment voyages-tu? Je voyage. Nous voyageons. Nous voyageons. En avion. En avion. En train. En voiture. En bateau. En ferry. Sauf aux amis, en car. À vélo. À vélo. Combien de temps restes-tu? Combien de temps restes-tu? Je reste pas. Nous restons pas. Let's just stick with two. 2 jours. 2 semaines. 2 mois. 2 mois. Mois. 2 mois. Loges-tu? Loges-tu? Je loge dans. Je reste dans. Nous restons dans un hôtel. Dans un hôtel. Dans un hôtel de luxe. Dans un hôtel de luxe. Dans une gîte. Gîte, dans une gîte. Grow up. Dans un camping. Une auberge de jeunesse. Une auberge de jeunesse. Dans une caravane. Que fais-tu? Que fais-tu? Pendant les vacances, nous faisons, on peut faire du canoë-kayak, du VTT, du ski nautique. Always comes up in the exam, this word nautique means like water, as in water sports or like water skiing. Du ski nautique, du ski, du snowboard, de l'équitation, de la plongée, de la plongée sous-marine, de la voile, de la voile, de l'escalade, de l'escalade, de la planche à voile, des randonnées, des randonnées. Alors, last one. Que fais-tu pendant les vacances? Je visite, nous visitons, on peut visiter les musées, les monuments, la plage, les marchés, les églises. Alors mes petits, aujourd'hui on a appris beaucoup de vocabulaire. Donc, normalement, on jouerait un jeu pour le vocabulaire, qu'on va voir les mots s'amusant, etc. Mais c'est trop facile. Donc, ce qu'on va faire maintenant, ici, j'ai 6 questions en français. Et ici, j'ai 6 réponses. Toute seule à la maison, il faut lire la question, il faut choisir la bonne réponse. Question, réponse, question, réponse. Et les mots en bleu et vert vont disparaître. Attention, donc il faut être rapide. Je vous donne un exemple. Où vas-tu en vacances? Chaque année, je vais en France. Avec qui vas-tu en vacances? J'y vais avec ma famille. This is too easy for my level, guys. So, have a look at the questions. Have a look at the answers. Prepare yourself. When you think you're ready, take me off pause. I'll count you down and I'll make them disappear. Prepare yourselves now. Put me on pause. On y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, so if you're listening to me now, you've matched up the questions to the answers in your head, you've got 30 seconds, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, allez. Alors environ 15 secondes, soyez rapide. Et 10, 5, 4, alors c'est fini mes enfants. Right guys, did you get to the end? If you didn't, go back 2 minutes to the start of this slide and try again. If you did, you're ready for our next challenge. Alors mes petits, exactement la même chose pour la prochaine activité, mais j'ai changé 2 choses. La bonne nouvelle, qui veut dire the good news, la bonne nouvelle, I've put these in order. So this is the answer for number 1, this is the answer for 2, this is the answer for number 3, etc. Ce sont dans le bon ordre. Le problème, j'ai pris les mots. Donc, il faut inventer les fins des phrases. Et ici, c'est le numéro de mots. Donc, 5 mots, il faut ajouter. 3 mots, il faut ajouter. Par exemple, où vas-tu en vacances? Chaque année, je vais en France au bord de la mer. Did A, Flair. Avec qui vas-tu en vacances? J'y vais avec ma famille. Combien de temps y restes-tu? J'y reste pour 2 semaines. Easy. Prepare yourselves. Put me on pause as you're doing it. When you restart, I'll count you in, and it's the same thing. You've got 30 seconds. Pause me now to prepare yourselves, mes petits chauffeurs. Allez. Alors, right guys, if you're hearing me now, you're ready for this. You know what to do. 30 seconds. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1. Allez. Quinze secondes. Et 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. No way you got to the end of that. Go back a minute and 30 seconds to the start of the slide if you failed this. If you think you're ready, move on to the next challenge. Voilà, right, this is more like it. Cette fois, il n'y a pas de mot. Il faut inventer une phrase dans moins de 5 mots pour chaque question. Tu veux un exemple? Où vas-tu en vacances? Normalement, pour les vacances, je vais en France. Avec qui vas-tu en vacances? J'y vais avec toute ma famille. À combien de temps y restes-tu? Normalement, pour les vacances, je reste pour 5 jours. Voilà, easy street. 30 seconds, you know how this works by now. Put me on pause. When you think you've prepared enough, restart me, I'll count you down, and then you've got 30 seconds to get to the end. Bon courage mes petits, pause me now and préparez-vous. Alors mes petits, let's see what you've got. On commence en 3, 2, 1, allez! Quinze secondes. Et 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, encore une fois, if you couldn't get to the end, pause me, have a go until you've got it, rewind and see what you can do. If you did, You did really well. I think that was tough. Alors, on continue. Alors, mes petits, so far so good. You've done really well. What I want to do to finish off is put you to the test. Alors, so you've seen this activity before as a picnic where we go to the start, I take a bit away and I give you the letters. This time, I've skipped that out. I want to really test what you can do. So on your handout, this is on like the final page, and there's like a grid for you to type your answers in, or you can write them. You can just do this straight in your book. You don't have to print anything out or do anything with that sheet. You can do it all in your book. So here, I've given you the sentence that I want you to say in, or the phrase the sentence that I want you to say in English, and I've given you the first letter of each French word to translate this. For example, usually for the holidays, d'habitude pour les vacances, I go to the seaside in France. Je vais au bord de la mer en France. See what I'm doing? What I want you to do is this. Set yourself a timer for just 3 minutes on your phone. So I want 3 minutes of your tightest concentration. On the sheet or in your book, wherever you want, you have to translate all the English, use this to help you, and then you've got a few nice bits of extra challenge. Tell me why you like staying at this place. Tell me something you usually do, like last time I went here, or normally I visit the museums, or whatever you want. Those are your extra challenges. See how far you can get in 3 minutes, guys. Put me on pause now. You've got 3 minutes. Get writing, see what you can do. On y va. Alors, Yetan, la deuxième chose. So, good effort on the last one. I want you to cover it up or make sure you can't see it or whatever. Same activity now. Now, this is the big test for the lesson. Can you do it without the letters there? 3 more minutes on your timer. Get as far as you can. Do not even think about looking at your last attempt. 3 minutes on the timer. Ridiculous writing. Look at that. See what you can do. 3 minutes. See if you can get to the very end. Put me on pause and go for it. Bon courage, on y va. Right, year 10, a brilliant effort today. We are well on our way to starting year 11. We usually start this module with like a week to go from year 10, and then we pick it up again in year 11. So we're ahead, well ahead, which is good because we need a bit of time to catch up and revise some of our coronavirus stuff. So you still need to do these lessons when you're back at school doing English, Maths and Science, and you still need to do your homework, and this is what it is. There's no point in just doing these online lessons without the homework. It isn't gonna matter, it isn't gonna help you out. So this is what I want you to do for next time. This is homework 1. You've got all the stuff to do with questions. So you've looked at question words today and you know them, but you need to know them off by heart. So revise them, get on Memrise for this module, 30 minutes, and then test yourself on the question words. That's easy, that's quick, we've done it today. Learn aller and or, aller, or, see what you can do. And then I've got this little test is for next time. We're going to revise 3 tenses. There's some daily tests just to make sure you know your 3 different tenses, and a very easy reading. Guys, this is 1 hour's work at the very, very most. If you're slow, make sure you complete all of this. Put it in your books for me, please. Guys, that is for next week. Good luck, everyone. Have a nice half term. We should be going into half term now. And then after half term, you'll have more information about school, but we will keep going with these video lessons. You've got to keep working hard, guys. It will, I promise you, it will be worth it. Make sure you're pushing yourselves. If you've got any questions or problems, email me, let me know. Alors, mes petits, merci et au revoir. À la prochaine fois et bonnes vacances.